The U.S. approach to protecting privacy essentially is a philosophy where the onus of privacy protection is placed on the user. And so companies are required to give disclosures about how they plan on using the data, but these disclosures are complex and very long.
The privacy paradox is when people say they care about privacy, but their behavior doesn't look like they care about privacy. So often this can happen because people aren't always in a situation where they're making completely rational, fully informed decisions. And often this is because they don't have enough information about how their data is being used. They don't have information about what their risks are. It's very hard to even calculate, well, if my friends share with my friends, how many friends does that mean? And people really want to use a tool, an app, a website for something that's really cool and useful. So they end up making these tough trade-offs.
One of the key risks of companies collecting private data is that this data is often reused and sold to other companies unbeknownst to me as a user. And the result of this is that the data can then be used in ways that I don't agree to, don't approve of, and it can just lead to a fundamentally unethical or creepy scenario.
There's a lot of different ways to protect privacy. We can use options that put the burden on the user, or we can use options where technologists build privacy into the tool, privacy by design. I really think a holistic approach that uses both of those where appropriate would be really beneficial for protecting privacy overall. Because each person has their own privacy preference and what you think is private may not be what I think is private, it's really important that consumers have choices about their own data and privacy. One way to help give users appropriate choice is through meaningful notice and choice. This means you inform people about exactly what they need to know, and only that, when they need to know it, and you make it very clear, and you make it even comparable across different apps and tools. You give them choices that actually allow them in a very specific way to set their own privacy preferences.